Hi everyone. My name is Marjorie B, also known as Coach Marjorie. Yeah, so today I'm going to be taking us through a strategy that combines two of the scanners that we have in Jifu, and then with this strategy, you're able to have like sniper entries, and you're able to maximize your profit when trading the Forex market. So I have my details already on the browser, so I'm going to just log in and then take us through the strategy. What makes it a strategy is the fact that there are rules you have to follow, and then you have in following those rules, those guidelines, you're able to get the result you're supposed to get. So it does not matter who is taking it, whether you're a beginner or a professional, you've been here around for a while, you're able to use this same strategy and get a lot of results from it. Now, I've already in a previous video gone through this interface, so you can check my earlier videos on the channel, for this. So this strategy, we are going to just go straight to the scanners. Now, this strategy involves a combination of two of our scanners. See, this strategy is mad, like crazy. It involves a combination of two scanners, the trend wave scanner and then the kill shot scanner. And this strategy is actually, it follows the KISS principle, like keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simple, silly, meaning that you don't need to have a high IQ level for you to use it and get the results you're supposed to get from it. So, starting with the trend wave scanner, it uses this trend wave scanner. This is the trend wave scanner. When you come into your Jifu platform, and you have to be a member of Jifu for you to have access to the scanners. So you come here, come to the left hand corner of the screen, and you see the scanners. Once you click on scanners, you're going to see all the scanners listed. And here, you are on this tab, you have learn how to use the GIFO scanners, and down there you have videos that show you the different scanners. You can the tutorial on how to use them. But right now is not the time for tutorial. It's to show you how you can get money into your pockets. Now this is a trend wave scanner, and I'm going to use a currency pair. So when you come here, there are different instruments. You see these symbols here, B, the E symbol, this one that looks like I, this one that looks like oil drop. Now this B represents the crypto symbols, BTC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and the likes. So you have them there, and here you have the time zone. You can always choose your preferred time zone. I'm in the UTC plus one time zone, Lagos, so I can choose that as my time zone. And here you have different time frames from the 1 minute to 1 month time frame. It simply means that when you click on the 1 minute time frame, it simply means that every candle, these things you see in black and in green and red, they actually call candles, and they represent activities going on within the forex market within the time frame of 1 minute. So each candle you see here is actually a 1 minute candle. So very important that you know some of these things. And then if you go to a higher time frame, let's say 15 minutes time frame, each of the candles there show activities that happen within the market within its 15 minutes time frame. And then the same thing, so you can always, the higher time frames gives you like a bird eye view of what is going on. Like if you go on the daily time frame, it's easier for you to see, okay, look, what's the overall direction of the market and stuff. And let's go back to the 5 minutes time frame. I prefer using the 5 minutes time frame. And this strategy that we're using also involves a 5 minutes time frame. Now you see here, in this chart here, this is called the chart. This layout you're seeing is called the chart. So in this chart here, let's go back to, okay, I talked about BTC. Here you have currency pairs, different currency pairs, and there are quite a number of them, I think up to 20 or thereabouts. And then the I, you have the indices, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, SPX 500, you have all of that there. Then you have the metals, gold and oil, silver, platinum. So depending on what you like to trade. So you have a plethora of options here. So let me quickly go to which one should I? Let's do Euro USD for instance. Just do Euro USD. Now let's take a look. The trend wave scanner always gives you an idea, like always gives you the parameters that you need to take a trade. It gives you the parameters. And when I say, what do I mean by parameters? What do you need to take a trade? It's very simple. Look at this. You have the entry, what price point. On the right here, you have price. At what price point are you entering the market at? And then it gives you your profit level. You have exit 1, exit 2 to 5, and then you have the invalidation zone. Invalidation is also known as stop loss. It will always give you, the invalidation, at what point you leave the market. If the trade goes against your direction, what's the amount that you lose, and it will still preserve your trading capital. So very important, you always see these parameters. And also when the entry is in blue, the profit zones exits are in this yellowish or burnt orange, and then the invalidation or stop loss is in red. You're supposed to take this thing into your MetaTrader platform, take the trades, and then make your money. So now this is uh that's just as straightforward as it is. And then another thing you see on the trendwave platform is these pointers. When the market moves in either of three directions, two directions actually. It moves up, and when it moves up, we call it buy, we call it long, we call it bullish. When it moves down, we call it sell, we call it short, we call it bearish. So you always see the indicators, when it says it's showing you the market is shorting, that's it selling. So whatever trade idea, you're seeing here is for you to sell the market. And you can see, once you see this red triangle pop up, you know the market is actually going down. And then if you're in a buy trade and you see this red droplet, is also showing you that the market is changing direction and is selling. You can see it was buying, it went up, and it's showing you there's a change of trend. And then the next thing, if it's long, you see the green triangle and then the long and stuff. So if you go here, you see short, you see long, that's how the market moves. And then when the market, there's another movement where it's really not a clear trend. So the market consolidates, that's is moving on a flat surface. And on trend wave, you always notice those areas with this triangle, like this rectangle, that is like very light, almost translucent pink. And also it shows you that here there's really no clear pattern. Was market going up and down? No clear pattern. And whenever you see the short or long, the market trends. So you want to take your trades when the market is trending, and this is what trend wave does for you. Like now, Euro USD is actually selling. So what do? You enter the parameters, and then you wait for your exit point. We have 5 exit points. You don't always have to wait for all the 5 exit points. You can take maybe the first or the second exit point, make your money, wait for another opportunity. Now on the trend wave chart, you also see these are all these things I'm showing you are actually like confirmation points in the market. So you come here, the other part of the chart, this is where you have your the second part of the chart, and it's also a tool of confirmation. I was about to call the technical name, but like I said, this video is beginner friendly, so I don't want to start thinking you need to know technical things for you to take the trades. No. So now another point of confirmation is that when you see you come here to take a trade and it tells you to short the market, you want to come to this chart below and be sure that these two wavy lines are also at either the red bar or either at the green bar if you're buying. So for instance, let me use a rectangular, a vertical line here. Now the market says the instruction is a sell. Trend wave has called a sell. When you come here, you see the candles are going down. They are red and then they are going down. If it's a buy or long, the candles will be green and going up. So this line here, at the time this trade was called, these two lines were at the top. So you always want to have these two lines to be at the top when you're taking your trade idea. To be at the top, it shows that yes, the market is actually ready to go down and it's still, moving down. At some point, it will have a bit of pullback, move back up, down, because the market doesn't move in a straight direction. It undulates like a wave. So if you're also taking a buy, like at this point where if it says long, and then these two wavy lines, the red and green wavy lines here are at this top, that trade is not yet ready for a buy. So let's look at the different points when he said long. At this point when he said long, it corresponded and the market went up a bit. The market went up a bit. So you always want the long to correspond with the bottom, these green bars here. These two wavy lines touching this green bar, this zone, and then you take your long. So that is the trend is as easy as what we've seen here and what I've explained, here for you. So that is it. And then let us go to, before we enter our strategy, let's go to the kill shot scanner. Now, the kill shot scanner is the trend wave actually gives you the trade idea and also gives you the entry points and exit points. Now, the kill shot scanner confirms your trend. It confirms what the trend has called for you. So you see here on your 5 minutes, let's go with the same time frame that we have on trend wave. On your 5 minutes, when you come here, you want to, if you're selling in a sell, you want to take a sell idea and you want to confirm the direction of the trend. When you come here, is this your USD? Yes. When you come here, you want to be sure that these first three buttons are in the same direction as your trend. So we are selling, the market is going down, so it should be red and showing down. And then the POC, point of control, should also show that it is red. M15, M30H on the price should show that it is also red. So when these three below and the three above line up and they are all red, you can enter that trade comfortably and know that it will hit, it will go in the direction you want it to, the direction that was called, and then it will hit, the profit zones. So I don't want to go into, let me expand the chart and explain, a bit of stuff for us. But since this is just a confirmation and all you just need is those three buttons, the one at the top and then the three buttons at the below. So once is a POC, the POC is actually point of control that shows you who is in charge in the market. Is it the buyers that are in charge in the market, or are the sellers the ones in charge of the market? So you can see that the POC is showing you red. If buyers were in control, this is a POC line. This is a POC line. It will show blue. This box will come down here and it will be highlighted in blue, showing that buyers are in charge. But this one is showing that sellers are actually in charge of the market. And you can see how this market has moved. Let me measure how many pips. If you took this trade, you'd have made, almost 50 pips, which is quite a lot of money. But so this is the kill shot scanner. So let's go back. I don't want to exit here. Let's go back to our trend wave. Let's go back to our trend wave scanner. So now the strategy, there are two strategies for this trend wave. There are two strategies. Now the first strategy is this. The first strategy works on the 5 minutes time frame. I've already told you what the 5 minutes time frame is and I've just selected it. You see how I selected it. Now, there are two parts of this strategy. The first one is if you're taking a trade on the 5 minutes time frame, you need a kill shot scanner to confirm your trade. So there are three rules, three simple rules that you have to watch out for when you are taking the trade. So you come here and check on the 5 minutes. The first rule is the trend wave call out this trade. Did Trendwave call out this trade? Yes, Trendwave called out the trade. How did he call out the trade? He gave you the entry parameter, the stop loss, and then the exit parameters. So that's the first question and the first confirmation that you've done. And then the second confirmation is this is a trade on the 5 minutes time frame. So you come here to the left hand side and then you check just above the symbols. We are on the 5 minutes time frame. If you check here on this top here, where you have the symbol bar and all these ones is on the 5 minutes time frame. That's the second confirmation. Yes, we are on the 5 minutes time frame. And then the third confirmation for this strategy is did kill shot call the trade? You go to kill shot and then on kill shot, this is another trade. On kill shot, we want to confirm did kill shot call the trade? How did kill shot call the trade? If these three things are they line up in the direction of the trade, then you can enter. So this one for the point of control POC, this M15 M30H1, this is what matters. It's showing below red. Once you see the visual red, it means it's going down. Everything has aligned. And then you see for the here the trend M1, M5, M15 is what you pay attention to. If the three of them are showing the red and it's down, then look, that is the confirmation you need, to enter this trade. And then you're full of confidence because everything has lined up and you take it. It does not matter whether these ones, the H4, the M30, H4, it doesn't matter. But the first three, when they line up like this, three, three, fine, you're good to go. You now go to your MT5 where you take the trade, you take the entry, and then you take your this thing, the target exit 2. So if you enter this trade at the time it was called, when was it called? Let's see. When was this trade idea called? Let's take out the vertical line and check when it was called. So this trade was called at about 3 p.m., 10 minutes past 3 p.m. So if you enter that trade, you'd have already gotten to TP2, exit 2, and then you're out of the market. It is as simple as that. Now, let me explain the second strategy for you. The second strategy does not involve the kill shot. It involves only the trend wave. So this is the second strategy. It is on the higher time frame, that's 15 minutes. So you go to the 15 minutes time frame, to take this strategy. And on the 15 minutes time frame, you want to confirm did trend wave call the trade idea on the 15 minutes time frame? And you see there, yes, it called the trade idea on the 15 minutes time frame. How did it call it? It has given you, look at it's there. It has given you the stop loss invalidation. It gave you the entry, and of course, it has already hit TP2, so you can't enter this trade. Once the trade has moved and entered TP1 or TP2, you cannot take the trade again. So Trendwave called it on the 15 minutes. Now, the second confirmation, you only need two confirmations if you're trading this second strategy. The second confirmation is this. You go to 30 minutes and 1 hour time frame and check is a trade in the same direction on the 30 minutes time frame. Now, the same direction, if it's selling on 15 minutes, then you need to be sure that 30 minutes time frame is also showing you a sell. You can see that on the 30 minutes time frame is showing a sell and it has hit almost TP3 on the 30 minutes time frame. Then you go to the 1 hour time frame and you check did it call a sell on the 1 hour time frame? Fantastic. This is your double confirmation. So on the 1 hour time frame, it actually called a sell. And on the 1 hour is actually a higher time frame. And then, in fact, on 1 hour, if you exit at TP one, it's actually you've actually made quite a number of money. So you can see here. So this is your confirmation. This thing is as simple as it is. This is something that any beginner, you're just new to Forex, you've never traded Forex, you want to learn how it works, it is very simple. So let me type out this strategy so that if you're watching this, you can easily screenshot the strategy, So the strategy is this. There are two parts of the strategy, right? There are two parts of this strategy. Yeah. The first one is, oh, I don't like seeing typos. Okay. So the first one is five trend wave plus kill shot scanners on 5 minutes time frame. TF is time frame. So the three questions you ask: A, did trend wave, did trend wave call the trade? Did trend wave call the trade? That's the first question you ask yourself. Did trend wave call the trade? That's the first one. And then the second one is the trade on the 5 minutes time frame. That's the second one. And then the third question is, did kill short call the trade? And I've shown you how kill short calls the trade. So that's the first strategy. And you need to answer yes to all of it. So the second one is trend wave on 15 minutes time frame plus 30 minutes 1 hour confirmation. So very, very straightforward. Two questions. Did trend wave, the trend wave scanner, that's I'm referring to Jifu trend wave scanner, call the trade on the 15 minutes time frame? And then the second one question you ask yourself is the trade in the same direction on the 30 minutes and 1 hour time frame? So you answer just these two and you are good to go. Guys, how simple is this strategy? How simple is this strategy? So if you're watching now, you can actually just take a screenshot of this and be sure that you have it. Be sure that you have it. So, and I've shown you, like a very practical example. Once I leave this interface, it's going to, the screen will wipe off. I've shown you with a live trade that is going on, how these trades are happening. The trend wave scanner is actually very, like, it's, I don't know, it's a gold mine. It's a gold mine. And how easy is a strategy when all you have to do, you can choose which one you want to do, either the first part of the strategy alone or the second part of the strategy. Best practices are always advised that you find, maybe like three currency pairs or three pairs, three instruments of your choice that you prefer, and then stick to them. You stick to them. It's a bumper strategy. In the morning we took a trade idea. This morning we took a trade idea on GBP card using the same trend wave. on GBP card. And the trade idea, look at it. We entered here, this is where we entered from, and most of us chose the first TP, but as we speak, this thing has gone down to TP. Yeah, it's gone down to TP exit 3, and that's that's already 50 pips. That's already 50 pips. 50 pips is a lot of money. And then you see, let me show you. I like trading SPX 500. Now let me show you something. Let me show you something. This trade today, I ate of this trade. I've not stepped out of my house today, but I've sat in this house and I've made a lot of money. You see here, when this trade called a shot, I was in this trade and moved it down, and this was over 1,000 pips, over 1,000 pips on one instrument alone. And then when it called a buy, because I focus on this one, when it called a buy, I'm actually currently in this buy trade, and I took it, right from this zone because I have another scanner that already gave the idea for it. So I took it and I'm still in this trade, and it's already gone 700 pips. It has, in fact, it hasn't even gone far yet. By the time it gets here, we are talking about, let's see. Okay, let me even start from here. By the time it gets here, we are talking about almost 2,000 pips. 2,000 pips. It's crazy. It's crazy. And we also have trade ideas from our educators. We also have a whole, in fact, it's a whole lot on the app. Our educators are giving us trade ideas and stuff. So, Jifu is should I call it, it's an immersive learning. It's an immersive learning where with the scanners you're being held by the hands, and with the educators, you join the live sessions and you make money off the live sessions while you're also learning. Jifu is an academy, and then you have the Jifu Connect app where on that app you also make money. So while working, I'm a data analyst in the healthcare sector. I'm a pharmacist by training, but I work within the healthcare sector. So while I'm working, if you see here, I actually have another laptop, my work laptop. So while I'm working on my work laptop, and all, once I see something, in the market and all, this laptop I'm using to record this video is actually my business laptop. So once I see the notification, I take a trade. So people are outside in the sun hustling, but then I love that I can be at home and I'm building a career as a data professional, and then I'm also taking care of my own personal economy, through Jifu. Jifu also is a lifestyle platform where you have access to Jifu travels, and there's nothing as beautiful as using the money you make. You can invest, put it in business, put it in your schooling, your education, develop yourself as an individual, and then create the kind of lifestyle that you want. And I don't know where you are, but I'm currently in Nigeria and the economy is not smiling. So GIFO actually gives anyone from any background that alternative, that opportunity to build alternative, source of income, and it can cushion whatever effects that the economy is having on your pocket. So if you want to, and I do this training for my mentees, team members. I do this training, almost every other day. So I promised I was going to record this and share with everyone. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to learn how to access the scanners and make something for yourself, you can just click the link under the video and send me a direct message, and I can guide you on how to activate the scanners and start using GIF. Whether you're a beginner, you don't know anything about Forex, or you're a professional, you're a pro, but you're not making money, come, truth be told, you need to be profitable, and GIFU gives you the opportunity to become a disciplined and a very profitable trader. So Till we meet some other time, have a great day.